Alright everyone, I've got a few requests from folks asking information, more detail about the new rig. So here we go. I'll first start in Ableton and show you what I got going on there. Just keep in mind with the new PreSonus RM rack, I've got 32 channels available to me, so my mentality is why not use them all? So that's what we're going to do. So I've got all the individual tracks here. Most of them are going through to their own channel, so that way I can, there we go, that way can EQ them as the instrument they are, so they can, it just sounds much better. So in a nutshell, this is kind of what I got going on in Ableton. I still haven't muted all of them for the next set. This is a set we're doing hopefully in a few weeks. But this is how I set that up. On the MIDI trigger side, on the cue side, as you can notice, we've got cues and then repeat cues. And the repeat cues are when we circle a section of a song or something like that. It gives the band heads up we're circling around. So got the whole Click Yoda going on, the master of Click. And then for the MIDI portion, we're triggering on song and then also scrolling in on song versus via MIDI. So it travels from here and it'll come over to the iPad for on song and do that wirelessly without doing anything. The next one, Voice Live, changes the patches in Voice Live based on a song, so it does that wirelessly as well. ProPresenter, same thing, it triggers and runs ProPresenter wirelessly. And then here we have those are the repeat MIDI clips for ProPresenter that if we repeat a section, it'll automatically mute this MIDI track, fire that MIDI track, and then focus on those slides in ProPresenter. And then last but not least is the next project is going to be triggering different patches in MainStage for the keyboard. So that's kind of what's going on there. Now let's we'll look at the actual rig. So this is the brain of the rig, is the PreSonus RM16 AI. It's got 16 analog inputs, and then you can run 16 additional inputs. So we got Robin on vocals, Kendall on vocals. My vocals are in stereo. My guitar is in stereo. We have piano in stereo. And then these are ambient mics for in-ears, right, left, and accordingly. So the next is, unfortunately it says Rolls, Rick, but I tried the PreSonus deal and you know the story behind that. So, but these are for the stereo in-ears for a wired setup, works great. And down below is the DI boxes for two, you can see my fingers, two for the guitar, and then two for the piano. So those work slicker than it's not. Go around back, show you what's going on back there. Back here we have the Voice Live 3 all wired up. It's controlled by MIDI and also a 3 switch to control different functions in that. You can see the Apple wireless router up there. Nice little cable management there. And then here's a USB 3.0 hub for the Looptimus. And can't think of what else right now, but and then storage for mics, mic cables, all that kind of stuff. So this whole thing is entirely mobile. Next we'll go look at the mixer. So this is the whole mixing setup for the whole operation. This can be done via iPad Windows computer, Apple computer, what have you. 32 channels, controllable. Got 8, right now we have 8 aux mixes, actually there are 4 stereo. As soon as AVB option's available, we'll be able to use these other critters for other stuff. It has the ability for LCR setup. You've got EQs, compressors, gates, effects on all your channels, so it's just it's super slick. You can also use different scenes. So we're going to be using quick scenes for each song to set up the tempo for the reverb, time the reverb accordingly, and sort of delay so it's within the tempo for the song. So it should work pretty slick. You can store presets, store scenes, so if you go to different venues or different instruments, you can store those presets as well. The DCAs are super slick. I think it's, in my opinion, better than subgroups. You can just you can group anything that you want. This particular one is the guitars, and it just controls them kind of like this is effects, so you can control them globally or individually. It works out cool. So the next thing about this that makes it really cool is the musicians can control their in-ears with an iPhone. So you can control your levels, and then you can also control, since it's stereo, you can put stuff in different ears. So it works really slick. I'm excited to use it. So is our band. We're ready to rock. And just wanted to share it with everyone. Hit me up if you have questions, but I would definitely, if you're a small church looking for a portable rig for loops, tracks, or even just a portable rig, the PreSonus is the way to go.